Hello and welcome to another episode of Husker Dive. My name is Nate. I'm here with Sadie again, my sister, and also editor and co-host, and Issie Bourne from Nebraska's basketball team. How are you doing, Izzy?
I'm good.
Good to hear. So just you're from Australia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
I just got to go home for the summer, which is pretty cool. I haven't been back in 2 years, so it was good to go home. And I love where I'm from. Like I have always loved growing up there, and I think it's such a beautiful place. So I'm very proud to be from Australia. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And you're from is it Canberra, Australia?
Canberra, yeah.
Okay. Is that like on the coast or is that more inland?
It's more inland. It's like an hour and a half drive from the coast. So I'm very close there, and I'm like basically lived down the coast when it was summer when I was younger. Like that was my favorite place to be. And we had a caravan down there with friends and family that we'd go all summer, every summer pretty much.
Oh, that's cool. So what are like your favorite things to do in Australia?
Um, Usually like when it's summertime, just going to the beach and hanging out and swimming in the ocean is like probably my all-time favorite thing. Is just summer in general in Australia, I think is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously hanging out with friends is a big one too.
Yeah, for sure. That's just crazy. It's got to be like crazy transitioning from Australia, which I think every single person in America views as like paradise, and then coming to Lincoln, Nebraska, which 99% of people in America, they would say Nebraska is like the last state they'd want to live in.
That's what I've heard. When I was committing here, I was like, everyone's like, where's Nebraska? And I said, it's right, it's dead set in the middle. And I expected corn and farming, and that's pretty much what I got when I came here. But I love it. Like the experience here has been nothing but great for me personally. So I have nothing bad to say about Nebraska.
Yeah, for sure. Was that like weird going from an island where you're an hour and a half from the coast to like the farthest in the center state in the whole entire United States?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was definitely an adjustment for me, but a positive one at the same time. Like it was a new experience, and I love being able to like kind of come over here. No one knew me, and just like start college and experience the whole thing like for myself was really fun for me.
Yeah, for sure. That's just wild. Like, what drew you to Nebraska then? Was it just like basketball or?
It was a really hard choice when I was deciding on colleges, but like when I came on my visit here, I specifically remember going to coach's house and meeting the whole team, and it was just like it didn't seem really formal, and I was really nervous to go and meet the whole team up front. But when I got there, it was like super chill. Like all the coaches' families were over. Everyone was like just chilling out, eating food on the couch, and I just felt like super comfortable and very at home. And I got to see like that side of coach too, which I really liked, like
Mm-hmm.
the mom side and caring side. So that kind of drew me. That specific memory was like, yeah, that's definitely something I would want to be comfortable coming over here.
Yeah, for sure. Before this started, I was doing a little bit of research and I saw, so you're dating Trevor Lakes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw on his Instagram that he had posted a picture of, he was just in Australia with you, and he had posted a picture with kangaroos and was like, I was too scared to get close to the kangaroos.
Yeah, because we can see kangaroos at my house in Canberra, but those are a little more like afraid. So if you go near them, they'll jump away. But the ones when we went down the coast, they're really chill. I can go right up to next to them and kind of stand next to them, and he would not go near him. Like they were pretty big, and they're just chilling there, like not doing anything. I was like, go, I'll get a good picture of you, and he just would not go up close.
That's funny. That's probably how I would be, honestly. um, so another thing that I saw, a couple more things, was I saw that a couple of your teammates last year, Jazz Shelley and Ruby Porter, were from Australia too. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like that's got to be a special connection, right?
Definitely. I know I've kind of played through Ruby against her growing up when I was playing like Canberra versus South Australia, where she's from. So I knew of her, and she came to visit. I was really excited and really loved playing with her here. It was so much fun to have another like person that kind of can relate to when people are like, your accent sounds funny. And I'm like, hey, yours does too. But Jazz as well, like I went to AIS, which is Australian Institute of Sport, with her for 2 years, and then played with her in Geelong for 2 years, for like 6 months. So Jazz and I were really close before she came here, so it was really cool to have her here.
That is cool. Who has the strongest Australian accent?
Jazz, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like country Victorious. She's got more of a thick accent, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Like Steve, wait, who was that guy, Sadie? Was the
The
animal guy?
crocodile hunter,
Yeah, the crocodile hunter. What was his
like
name?
the Irwin family.
Yeah, Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, yeah. Sad. I was so sad when he died. I was so sad.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you grow up just because me being in basketball watching what was her name? She played at Baylor. She was from Australia. She's
Chrissy Waller.
yes. Did you? Is she a lot older than you? She's
A couple years. So I played, she was at the Center of Excellence, and I did a couple trainings here and there with them sometimes. So like kind of knew her from there. And then when she was on the Canberra Capitals WNBL team, I was a development player on there, and she had hurt herself. So we were sitting on the bench a lot together, and I really got to know her, and I love her as a person and a player. I think she's so cool. So
she seems pretty cool. I mean, I've never met her, but yeah, she seemed like cool.
Really down to earth, nice person. Yeah.
Yeah. What was playing on, because I saw you played on the Australian national team, like the U19 FIBA team and everything. What was that like?
That was like, I will never forget that experience in my life. I've always wanted to play for Australia. It's still my goal to play for the Opals. And that was, yeah, I'll just never forget that. I've worked like all my life for that, to make that team and to do it and get that far and that close to getting a gold medal. Like I still have trouble rewatching that gold medal match because it was just like really heartbreaking. It was so close, but yeah, it was just like, yeah, we'll never forget that experience, and had so much fun with that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to move back to Australia after your time at Nebraska or the United States?
I'm unsure yet. I'm kind of still in the process of deciding what I'm going to do. So yeah, not sure.
Yeah, for sure. Did Jazz or Ruby play with you on the U19 team?
Yeah, Jazz did.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, one other question about Australia that I had. So on Twitter, like you see all these videos of like these huge snakes just hanging from like telephone poles and stuff. What's like the wildest animal you've ever seen in Australia?
That's hard. It's hard because I've always grown up seeing them, so it's like not really wild for me, if that makes sense. But there's always kind of blue-tongued lizards outside of my house, usually kind of just chilling in the plants. If you've ever seen those before.
What is that?
Literally a lizard, and they have a blue tongue. Like you'll see them like poke their tongue out. It's pretty much bright blue. And then probably also just like I've seen a lot of big spiders in my time in Australia. So
what's like the biggest spider you've seen? How big?
I remember specifically I was traveling with my team to a tournament. I was sitting next to my friend, and because they can get through the car vents, one crawled up on the window like next to her head, and I was just so shocked at the size. It was literally almost the size of her head. It's like a big huntsman, hairy. And I didn't know what to do. I was like in shock. I didn't know what to say because she's going to freak out. And I was like, please stay calm, but like look behind you. She freaked out and like jumped, and it was a big thing. But I just probably that one has stuck with me for a while.
Wow. Oh my goodness. People here freak out about like any size spiders. They can be tiny, but you're used to ones the size of your head. Oh my word. That's crazy. So now speaking on your time at Nebraska, so I saw on like your bio on Nebraska's website all like this huge list of awards that you've won. So much so that I couldn't even type them all down because I didn't think I'd have time to say them all. What awards, even like being a co-captain this last year, what awards have like meant the most to you?
Probably the Husker Award. I've won that the previous 2 years, and it's basically just someone who encompasses the qualities that we have decided as a team the best, basically throughout the year. Like, and that's huge for me because I do put a lot of effort into trying to encompass the 8 qualities of what we want to be as Huskers. And that's like I love doing that. I love trying to be a good teammate. And I want to like give that vibe off when people come to be on the women's basketball team. I like to try and create a good environment for everyone that supports everyone. It's positive, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do players vote on that, or coaches, or?
I think I think the first year it was the players, and then last year it was the coaches. If I'm mistaken, I think that's how it was. Yeah.
That's cool, because then, like, you know, you got your respect from your players and your coaches. You know, you're being a good example and a good leader and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadie, you got anything?
Basketball wise?
Or whatever, anything.
No, I mean, I was just expecting hot takes to come my way. Are we starting those already?
Oh, no, we don't have to. I just wonder if you had any other questions.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this banter right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Izzy, what's your life like outside of basketball?
I mean, during season, it's like I'm tired and I want to like lay down and chill out. So it's a bit relaxed, more relaxed. But now in summer, I like to try and go to the lake or a pool or just hang out with friends my time off, and you know, get some downtime when I can. Kind of enjoying the summer as well. The heat, I've kind of missed it. When you get into the winter, it gets like a bit cold. So
yeah, for sure.
What are you majoring in?
Communications.
Okay. I think I know I am minoring in that. I don't think I am. But what route are you taking with that?
I'm not sure yet. Like I came in here, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do after college. I know I want to keep playing basketball after college. If I can get some sort of pro contract, I would love to do that. But in terms of the communications major, I kind of looked into all the majors and just looked at what transferred well to Australia. If I ever took it back there, tried to do something, and then also just kind of what suited me, and like it had a wide variety of things I could do with it. So that's kind of why I went with that, and I've actually really enjoyed it so far. So I don't know what exactly I'm doing, but I am enjoying it. So
yeah, it's
good.
one.
Yeah, that's good. What is your favorite memory that you've made so far at Nebraska? Could be basketball, not basketball, whatever.
That's hard. I would say when the COVID year against Northwestern New Year's Eve, Sam hit that buzzer beater. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that. That's probably like, that was so cool. It was just like nuts that went in. So that's probably always stuck in my memory a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I have another one. What does like being because you were named a co-captain last year, right? What does that mean to you more on a personal level?
I see it as an opportunity. I didn't when I first came to college. I've had my like little bit of times where I've been captain and stuff, but actually to come here and get it at Nebraska and for coach to see me in that light was like a huge opportunity for me, and I definitely have room to improve more. And I'm minoring in leadership communication as well, so it's I'm pretty passionate about it. I like to learn about good ways to lead and effective ways to lead. So I've enjoyed it so far, and I do feel like I've grown through doing that as well as a person and a player. So I do love having that position on the team.
Yeah, for sure. Are you more of a vocal leader or like a lead by example?
It's probably more lead by example. Yeah, for sure. Outside of basketball, what are I know you said like during the summer you like to go to the lake and the boat and whatever, and during the winter, like in season, you're pretty exhausted because your guys' training is so hard in your schedule. But like, what are your hobbies outside of basketball? Oh, that's tough. I've made my fair share of TikToks. I have like me, Sam, Jazz, and Trim have sent each other an enormous amount of TikToks saying like, let's do this. We've done the stupidest TikToks. So I do a lot of TikToking, and I enjoy watching The Office, and it's a really
that's a good show.
I'm obsessed with that show. But yeah, I don't think I would have any like huge hobbies. I don't think I can name any.
What's the craziest TikTok you've done?
It was like a Sean Paul song.
Okay.
And we all like had hoodies on and like different. I think I had like a spatula in my hand, and I was like the lead singer. I think it's on Jazz's TikTok page. You probably find it, but like we just look so stupid. We have sunglasses on, hoods like tied up, and we just look kind of ridiculous.
Hey, I think I've seen that because I think Jazz has come up on my TikTok before. I'm about to look it up bring
I
that
don't
up.
have TikTok, so I don't know, but
I'm gonna check it.
It was pretty funny.
yeah. What about what's that?
It was definitely fun to make.
Yeah, I'm sure. What about your favorite episode of The Office?
Ooh, my favorite episode.
I think there's a right answer.
Uh-oh, this is tough. Okay, see, disclaimer, I don't like season 7 to 9 because Michael Scott isn't in it. He's my favorite character. So I'm gonna like completely scratch those last two.
Hey, that's understandable.
But I like the safety training ones are pretty funny to me.
Yeah, that one's good. Both of those, yeah.
Even the stress relief ones as well are funny to me as well. What's yours?
I forget what it's called. It's the one where they go over to Michael and Jan's for dinner. I think it's like dinner night or dinner date or something. And then like she like just throws the Dundee at his tiny TV. I think that is so funny.
That's definitely a classic episode. Yeah, it's up there in mine as well.
Yeah, me and my wife, she's never seen it. So we're going through and like watching an episode whenever she can, because she's pretty busy right now at school, but we're going through and watching them when we can. And we just got done with Scott's Tots.
That's a classic too. I wish I could go back and watch it for the first time again. It would be so much fun.
I've never seen The Office.
Yes, Eddie. That's crazy.
Doing?
I watched the first episode or the one where they play basketball or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was like, this isn't funny to me. Like, I was like,
people don't get the humor. I don't think it's like different.
Yeah, I was like, I hopped on the trend too late, and I was like, I don't.
I've tried to get Sadie to watch it a few times. I've tried to be like, Sadie, watch this episode with me.
Like Parks and Rec, anything like that, I'm just like, I don't like it.
Oh yeah, have you seen Parks and Rec?
I've watched a few episodes.
It's like The Office. You got to get through the first season, and then it's a great show.
Good. All right, I might give it a go.
It's a great show. All right. What's your daily schedule like in season and out of season?
Right now in summer, it's basically we start at 8, goes till about 11. Weights and practice, probably 11:30 actually. And then come home, and most of us are in summer classes, so doing a bit of summer work, and then either the pool or go outside or just relax. Really,
yeah.
Crazy.
That's funny. Sadie was just telling me about her summer classes too.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's terrible.
It's like I don't want to take a heavy load in season, so I'm just going to do it now.
Yeah.
And then in season, it's probably more intense. We practice in the afternoons most times, and then depending on games, our week changes a lot. But it'll be class during the day, and then training table when we can for lunch, and practice, dinner, and then by that time you're like exhausted and it's bedtime. So
yeah, I'm sure. All right, so that's all I have for the regular questions. If you want to do some of your hot takes.
Okay. Let's start off by talking about the Australian accent. Okay. Because I find myself on a daily basis not doing an Australian accent because I don't know how, but hopping into a British accent. And I used to listen when I used to go like to away games, and I'd get like taped up, and you know how like you go to the other training room, I used to pretend like I was British just to make people think I was like cool and international. Do you find like a lot of your friends just hopping on, like I feel like, and I have a friend from England, and every time I'm around him I want to talk the way he's talking. Like, do you find a lot of your teammates or your friends doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like half the time it is British accent. It's not even Australian. So I'm like, when they try to do it, I'm like,
I can't do an Australian accent.
I can't either. I can do a good British accent, cannot do Australian.
Yeah, I can't. Do you?
I can see how it's harder.
You what?
I can see how it's harder, like to do it Australian from your perspective.
When I work out, I do Les Mills, and that's like New Zealand based, and I try to repeat the words back and forth so I can learn, but it's just not clicking for me. But do you find yourself doing American accents?
I don't like. A few times people have been like, "What's your American accent?" and I've tried to do it, and everyone thinks I sound like a completely different person. But
yeah,
give it a go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What do you want me to say?
Say, hi, my name is Issie Bourne, and I play basketball in Nebraska.
Hi, my name is Issie Bourne, and I play basketball at Nebraska.
That was really good though. Like,
That was good.
I kind of like chilled out with it. Sometimes I go too hard and they're like, well, way too much. But
yeah. Oh, that was smooth.
That was a good accent. Do people from Australia think that Americans have weird accents?
Not weird, I don't think, because like a lot of our movies that we watch are like American. So like I wouldn't say. Sometimes they'll hear like a very southern accent or a kind of a different American accent, and they'll think it's a bit weird, but
yeah,
not crazy or anything.
Dang, that was a good American accent though. That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a question. What is the funniest locker room story you can think of?
Ooh.
One that you can share.
Yeah.
Right. The locker room is a sacred place.
I know. So.
I'm gonna need a second to think about that. I don't know. I
All
really
too
don't
confidential.
Probably a little bit, like the good ones. I can't think of anything.
I wouldn't be able to share any of mine either. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, if you can't share that, then like, what's just a weird story from the basketball court or a funny story? Like, is there any smack talk that somebody's told you that was just like, what are you saying? Or
probably not appropriate either. It's pretty fun. Like, I just have to shout out Kendall Moriarty in general, just because she falls over every other second, and it's hilarious because she doesn't mean to, but she really just does. Can't stay up on 2 feet. It's so funny. I've accidentally hit Coach Mates in the head with a ball once, so that's pretty funny. Everyone thought that was pretty funny. She didn't think it was funny.
Did you have to run for it?
Yeah, she hated me for like 2 weeks. She like literally wouldn't speak to me for 2 weeks. But yeah, that's probably it. I don't really.
That's funny. That's funny. You got another one, Sadie?
Yeah, let's see. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, like if it happened, do you think you'd survive? And if so, how long? Like if your basketball team was like the zombie apocalypse happened and it was just like your team, like who's going first, where are you ranking, who's in charge? Let's hear it.
If that happened, like I don't want to say this out loud because it's just going to go straight to her head, but I would want to be with Sam because I feel like she would have one of the survival skills that would be handy. I don't want her to know I said that. I don't think Jazz would last long.
No.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just think she'd be someone that would think the zombie's a person or something and just go up to it or something, just die in a really weird way. But probably Sam and Arnie. I'd probably want to be around for that. And then Jazz and Lex are probably like at the bottom. Maybe Kendall Coley at the bottom as well. Those three I'd probably put in there.
Okay. Yeah, we our family's got a plan. If that ever happened, like Sadie and I would always say we're going to Nebraska because we don't live in Nebraska. I'm in Virginia and Sadie's in Michigan.
Okay.
But we have family in Nebraska, like in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. So we're going there.
That'll do. Yeah, that'll be all right.
Do you travel much? Because I feel like a lot of Europeans travel because they're like closer together, kind of like the States are. But with Australia being like an island, do you find yourself traveling a lot to Europe and stuff?
I've traveled a lot through basketball. In terms of like family holidays and stuff. Oh, I know a lot of people go to Fiji and Thailand and Bali. Like those are all really close places for like a tropical holiday.
Yeah.
So like more of those areas, I would say Australians go for holiday, or New Zealand as well as the top one.
Yeah. If you could travel anywhere for a vacation, like no basketball, you're just chilling, where would you want to go?
Greece or Croatia.
Oh,
I've never heard Croatia before somebody saying that. That's a good answer.
Yeah. I had a friend from Croatia.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends from Croatia.
She wasn't really my friend. I just knew a girl from Croatia. Like, let me scratch that.
Yeah. I have a couple friends from Croatia, and they're like, would take me to the spots, like not the touristy spots, but more like the private, like not private, but quieter spots that sound really cool. And I want to go there for sure.
For sure. Yeah. If you could bring like one celebrity along with you to Greece or Croatia, who would it be?
Wow, Michael Scott.
You would bring Michael Scott?
Yeah, as the character Michael Scott, though, not just Steve Carell.
You guys would end up lost.
You like celebrity crush Michael Scott?
He's not my crush, but I think he's hilarious in that show. So
who's your celebrity crush then?
Growing up, it was always like Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, but now I'm like, okay, I don't really know. I was thinking that, but now.
Is he the one on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
No. Oh. He was the Maze Runner.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's Anyways, now who is it?
Really hard.
It is, isn't it? There's so many fine men in this world. I just found out that my celebrity crush is Liam Hemsworth because I thought it was like all these other people. And then I watched the last song the other day and I was like, every time he was on screen, I was like, I could marry him right now.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would definitely put up there. Yeah. No, there's quite a few I could name, but let's just go with that one for now.
Okay. That's a universal one right there.
Yeah.
All right. This is a question we ask everybody. Chipotle or Qdoba?
Chipotle.
Thank you.
Or Chipotle or agave.
Oh yeah, agave. We've heard that.
I want to go there now. I will go
there too.
Eat agave.
So good. I've been there too many times to count. It's delicious. I love it.
What's your go-to there?
I get like a burrito bowl with chicken, and then I get chips. So I like to dip it in.
Okay. Yeah, we got to try that next time we're in Nebraska because we've never had it.
And are we going to be in Nebraska?
I'm sure we'll be in Nebraska. I promise in the next 5 years I'll be in Nebraska again for a football game or women's basketball game.
There we go. I like it.
My parents went to the Big Ten tournament thingy.
The women's tournament?
Yes, the women's tournament to watch you guys play.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were bored. So
they met somebody's parents. They met somebody's parents. I don't remember who. One of the players' parents they hung out with like the whole time. They sat next to him at the games.
The freshmen's parents. One of the freshmen. Well, freshman last year, like Allison or Lex or one
maybe.
Of those.
Is one of them a post?
Yeah, Lex.
Alexa, yes. Is that Markowski?
Mm-hmm. I think that's who it was.
Mm-hmm, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go everywhere. So yeah, I'm sure it was them.
What was it like playing in March Madness last year?
That was so fun. Didn't end the way we wanted it to, but we've definitely like kind of taken a lot from that first game that we had against Gonzaga, but it was really fun. Like I enjoyed it. It was a surreal experience and can't wait to be back there again this year, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. I know I filled out a women's bracket and I just put Nebraska all the way to the national championship when I did it.
I love that.
His first women's bracket. I'm gonna put that out there. He doesn't do it every year.
I did do it a year before. Not the year before, but I have done it. But last year when you guys made it, I was like Nebraska to the national championship. And then the other games mostly just guessed. But and I picked Baylor to go far, but
yeah.
All right. What is my worst fear? I talked about this with a guy we had on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Is being like in the open ocean with a shark or a whale like right underneath me, and I'm in a kayak. What is your number one worst fear?
Worst fear. Being like, I guess because I've had when I went to Bali with my family, like this is a backstory, so now it's kind of a fear of mine. Went to Bali with my family, and we were doing like the rocky water kayaking. So it was kind of like fun for a while, and then we ended up flipping over, and like my dad fell on top of me, and my sister was stuck under the boat for a while. So it was like kind of scary, but now that like I've had that, and she was talking about it, she couldn't get out from under the boat. Probably that, like being trapped somewhere and like not being able to breathe or something like that, like claustrophobic type thing, I guess.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went whitewater rafting. It was in Colorado, so it wasn't like a huge thing. But Sadie, were you there for that? And like our guide fell.
Yeah, and Noelle and I fell. Me and my sister, like my sister got like lodged out, and I was hanging on to her, but I was half out. So we were just like on the train.
And our guide fell.
Yeah, the guide fell out. It was terrible. I hated it.
It's not fun. It's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah. All right. What is your number one favorite food?
American and Australian.
Yeah. We got to hear both. I'm not too familiar with Australian food, so.
Neither am I. But
so Australia, in terms of like Australian food, I love sausage rolls or meat pies. And they're Australian.
Sausage rolls?
Yeah.
Or
meat pies. You might have to look that one up. It's basically like sausage meat wrapped in like puff pastry. And
that sounds good.
Meat pie is like meat sauce, basically in a pie. That's exactly how it sounds. American food. When I first came over here, I just like loved wings because we don't really have Buffalo Wild Wings or anything like that. So I think the wings here are really good. But in general food, I love sushi.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favorite food, probably.
Sushi's good.
Yeah.
Say, do you got any other hot takes?
Sure. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
A dolphin.
Interesting.
That's a good answer.
Are you scared of sharks?
Am I scared of sharks?
Yeah, because I feel like all the shark attacks happen in Australia.
Yeah, a lot do. But it's never stopped me from getting in the water. Like,
you surf?
Stop me.
Obviously, it's scary to see a shark, and I'd be scared, like it's fearful. But it's never stopped me from getting in or anything like that.
Oh, not me.
You are brave. I would. I don't go deeper than I can see in the ocean. If I can see the bottom, I'm fine. If I can't see it, I don't go in.
I don't think I've been in the ocean since like 2010.
Oh my gosh, you're missing out.
I'm just scared. Because sharks, like I've seen videos of sharks like coming all the way up to the shore and just yanking seals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a seal.
But they say that it's like as rare as getting struck by lightning. Like it's very unlikely.
I'd rather get struck by lightning.
I would rather get struck by lightning than get hit by a shark.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're a dolphin, then aren't sharks afraid of dolphins?
Yeah, that's fine.
So you need to be safe. That's a good answer.
Exactly.
That is a good answer.
And I'd love to see like so much ocean. What's going on under there?
Yeah, that's true.
More of the open ocean and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a question. We only have a few more minutes left. So if 10-year-old you could see who you are now, what would 10-year-old you think?
In shock. Probably not believe it, I think. Just because like at 10, college was not even in my mind. Like didn't think that was a thing, I guess. So to be like in America now is like I still think about it and never thought I'd be here. So definitely in shock.
Especially probably not Lincoln, Nebraska.
Exactly. Yeah. I probably didn't even know Lincoln, Nebraska existed when I was 10, to be honest.
Yeah. Sadie, you got any other questions? If not, I can do the last two.
You can take the last two.
All right. So these are questions that we ask everybody to end the show. So first question is, what piece of life advice do you have for people listening? And second question is, if you could tell Husker Nation one thing, what would it be?
Okay, life advice. Gosh. Guys have some good questions, like really made me think today. I guess something from me is take chances in life.
That's good.
Experiencing things, I guess, would be like a top one for me. It's worked out for me, so I can vouch for that. And then for Husker Nation, come support women's basketball this year. Let's get good crowds. Let's sell out.
Yeah, for sure.
Do it.
For sure. You guys got a sellout last year too at the Iowa game, right? But we need more of that.
We need
I watched that game. I watched that game. That game was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan. So bro, it was the worst. I've never been so angry in my life except for that game right there. Like,
Yeah,
it made
it
me
was
so mad.
definitely tough. But obviously we had like Jazz and Sam out, so it was tough playing. And in Iowa, it's always so tough playing there. Their fans are so loud. So
yeah,
like still thinking about like as much as I hate losing, like it's still fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's pack PBA for you guys this year.
Yeah, seriously, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Izzy, for coming on. It's been awesome. And you're welcome back anytime. And thanks for Sadie for joining again. And any last words? Are you guys good?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.